Okay, it is time for the last stream of Pikmin 4, but also the last stream pre-debut. And the debut is still TBA, so yeah. We'll have to wait and see. I'll definitely reveal, share the information on Discord and on Twitter, maybe other social media platforms as well. Who knows, who knows. Once I do know what will happen, when it will happen. Anyway, let's just jump into the game. There's not much left to do. We're just gonna look at some item descriptions, and we're gonna potentially do some quests, probably. I might even start with Louis' quest, who knows, who knows. Either way, let's jump into the game to do the wrap-up. This will not be that long a stream, probably, but hey, it's better than no stream. Do not get to read all those descriptions. Alright, moving over. There we go, there we go. We should also talk to this person, I guess. Fact, the onion has fused. Acquiring a notable degree of color from the ones that it fused with. Hello, me. How you doing? It seems to have matured splendidly as well. This may be as far as an onion's development goes. Yeah, this last stream pre-debut, but the debut date is still unclear, so there will be a hiatus before the debut, so that I can work on debut preparation stuff on that front as well. And this game just happened to end, so that's why this is the last stream. There's not even going to be that much happening. The majority of what I will do with the stream is just reading descriptions on creatures and on treasure that the different characters in this game put out, and maybe do some side quests that got added after the game or I hadn't done yet. I don't actually know if there are any that I hadn't done yet, aside from the one that I cannot. Let's see. This one is new, of course, because this one is. Yeah, no, it's only Louis' quest. Alright. 4 dwarf bulborbs. Alright. Let's see. Something hollows. Is that the cave or is that the area? I think it's the cave. Alright, let's check out some exploration. Details? There we go. Hectic hollows, probably. Are there any other hollows? They are in fact not. Okay. We could just go here, do his quest, leave, and then do his next quest. I don't think there's going to be anything of value to be gained. There usually isn't, but curious about his dialogue at least. And with this, we have a long loading screen again because these areas take a while to load, unfortunately. But yeah. Alright, let's just get going. Map. Where's the hole of hollows? Sunspeckled terrace. Wait, over here. Nope. Hectic hollows. There we go. All the way across. Ah, it got cancelled. I thought maybe I could move faster. I sure can. If I buff up OG to make way for the hectic hollows. I'm also gonna switch to a centralized position, I think. And then that way I can access every hole more easily if I have to revisit this first area for some reason. I doubt I'll have to though. But it's not impossible. Alright. That's one. Heat up. Good. Gotta make sure to not use these ice Pikmin to attack these bulborbs because we need to collect them. Alright. But wait, they're being delivered, but we're not counting them up. So it's not them, is it? That's strange. Either way, I guess we go to the second floor. Maybe it was a creature on the second floor only. Because it's definitely not counting up. No, I just needed to find all 4 before it appears. Okay, good, good. Sublevel 2, there's should be nothing of note here except for maybe a boss. I don't know. We could technically also just leave after doing the quest. But why? Why would we? Alright, this is the... not a boss, but, you know... let's pretend it is. Enemy. Alright, guys. Gather me this stuff. Oh gee, I need to jump up here. And... there we go. Return to surface. We did it. Defeated all the creatures. Could have gone in with only purples. That would have been funny, potentially. Could have been fun to go in with just some purples and nothing else. Now then. Let's see how many more quests Louis has. He might have, like, ones for plenty of enemy types. It's fine. Wanna charge over this way? Right, I could have just used this to move faster. No need to use any of the spray. End day. So we switch over to whatever next quest Louis has for us. I wonder if Louis is gonna tell us to hunt some bosses at some point. That would be interesting. I highly doubt it though. He might not even have more than one quest. Actually, I don't know what this quest was called. Maybe it was like a part 1 type of quest name. Yes. Captain, I believe that giant dog thing has been living alone all this time. Seems that way, and if that ragged old collar is any evidence, it's been on this planet for a while. I wonder if it ever got lonely, hiding out in its cave, deep within the forest. Me too, but I'm sure living alongside Louis gave it a bit of hope and joy. No one could be lonely with a bond like that to hold on to. I'm hungry. Based on what I know about Louis, I find that hard to believe. Yeah, it's part 1. It is part 1. Now I've got the quest pinned. That is going to make things a lot easier. Alright, Digi. Let's go talk to Louis. Here's your food, number 1. You got the grub, huh? Then take this. 20 gems. Go get more ingredients. I'm still missing some. 2 yellow wollyhops. Alright. Blah blah courtyard. Alright. In the courtyard. Let's go and see where that is. Courtyard. Another one of the first 2. Interesting. No, it wasn't the second one. Okay, so there's gonna be 1 per area probably. Alright. Blossoming Arcadia. So he probably has like... how many areas were there? 6? Something of the sort. Probably has like 6 quests then. Makes sense. Now then, game. Map. Where's the courtyard? This could be it, but I'm covering up part of it. Yep, that sure is the one. Make way, Ochi. Could just charge, but then I would need to actually think, you know? And it's easier to just run without thinking. Right, what do we need here? Oh, sure. Let's just go into sub-level 1. Yes. All the purples. I'm keeping some of the others just in case I need them. For this cave. Probably won't, because I don't need to collect treasure, but just in case. The secluded courtyard. Down we go. Trinmy's over there. In the water. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful. Collect them. Thank you. And everyone's juiced up anyway, so who cares? We're just gonna go ahead and move onward to the next area. Because we can. There we go. We are looking for some Wally hops. They gotta be on one of these floors, obviously, because this is the place that he told us to go. Luckily, he tells us which dungeons have the right creatures. Otherwise, that would be a pain. Alrighty. There's a creature this way. It sounds like a yellow Wally hop. Sure is. Alright, everyone. Gather round, gather round. I was gonna say this is a bit of a problem, but we got OG. Good job, OG. Come on. Good job freezing the place. Alright, one of you guys got this. We're moving back. In case we need to take this path. Oh, right, the traps do stay disabled. They do stay disabled. All the bully. So we can get just... Oh, that another Wally hop? Is that another Wally hop? Sure is. Didn't even manage to escape. And they did it. We got everything we need. Which means we can leave the cave. And I think that is what we will do, because... Going down all 5 floors? Nah. No, let's not. Alright. Return to surface. Yes, please. I've completed the hunt. So, we can leave this place entirely. Move on to the third one. Probably. The way that each one of these has to take an entire day. Just to get Louis some food. Well, there might be some sort of interesting reward out of it. And day. Yes, please. So we'll see if there's any value to this. Now then. If only these loading screens weren't so long. We could easily just jump in, jump out. Or if we didn't have to enter the areas at all, we could just jump straight into the holes from the menu. These loading screens would be significantly shorter as well. Alrighty. What is Louis gonna make for us in terms of food? Also skip the dialogue with Colin. Sorry, Colin, but this is no longer important. All that's important is that we get Louis fed. You got the grub. Then take this. That's part 3. Get more. Still missing some. 1 package Erisa crab. Alright. Resort place. So it's probably got resort in its name. Ready to explore. Seafloor resort. Beam me up. The good thing is that, like, by now they kind of given us the right feel for it, so even if they were to change up the info Louis gives us, we kind of know that it always has to be in the next area in order. Alrighty. Come on now. Wrong button. Resort. Where's the resort? There it is. Easy enough to do. With the endless charge of OG, we'll reach the place in no time. Let's start off with sub-level 1. Good. Keep grabbing them purples. Because it's more fun that way. To hurl purples at everything. Now then. To think that this is the final stream. Before debut. Which will still be a while, but you know. Frozen. Get frozen. Got him. Got him good. Alright, I don't see any crabs here, so... Fine. I guess we'll take the way that we're supposed to. Could have also entered this one with 100 to see how... That might be fun. To check how these things look when everything is frozen. Well, whatever. One of these floors must have the crab. If they also gave us the info which floor, that would be way easier, but who cares? It's not that important. Also, we're gonna be leaving this dungeon in a second, right? So we could technically re-enter. There it is. There it is. Oh, you had a taste of a bomb, you say, Russ? I mean, that would have been a possibility. Look at that. Look at those 14 purples carrying this crab with a very fast speed. Return to surface. Yes, please. Kind of curious though, so I kind of want to re-enter this one real quick with all ice Pikmin, just to see how it looks when you can walk around freely in those dungeons, right? Does it actually freeze it with 100? You know? Because technically, there's a lot you could do. By just having it be like that. Sure, whatever. I want to go back in here, but with only ice Pikmin, I am curious how that works. Seafloor Resort. We can leave in a moment's notice. I just want to explore one of these floors without all the ice. I mean, without all the ice, without all the water. Alright, I won. Charge! Nice. It actually freezes this as well. Interesting, interesting. I don't think I can jump high enough, can I? No. Fun though. Deja vu. Slippy sliding. I don't actually know if we slide at all. I think this might just be regular movement. Right, let's just return to surface. Yes, please. No, nothing. And with this, we leave the third area. Probably entirely. Unless Louis decides to change the conventions and repeat an area. I really wonder how many things he wants. So, Bulborb was meat. This one was probably like vegetables, like onion. What would the frogs be like? It's also meat, kind of. And I can't imagine what else there would be. Maybe whatever. Maybe there's multiple vegetables in the end. Some sort of meat mixed dish. Or maybe all of the food is just meat. You know, that's possible. But we gotta memorize what his order was, right? He wants to make a dish with multiple things. So what could he do with a Bulborb? With with 3 small Bulborbs. With 2 frogs. 1 onion. Blue's Clues. Nothing happened at all. Sorry, Colin. Can't listen right now. Day 50. Those are definitely entries we want to read from Louis. What he's combining for food. Get more ingredients. Still missing some. 1 fiery Bulblacks. Okay, okay. So something roasted. Alright. Side missions. Something the beast. Well, we got that. We should have that covered. Of beasts. Cradle of the Beast. So this one is skipped. Okay, interesting. Interesting. We're skipping one. I guess there's no good. I guess he wants only good ingredients. Only from places that are not indoors. Only from, what is it, like free reign, free whatever. Like not cooped up chickens. Alright, where is it? Cradle of the Beast. There we go. We can keep going. Cradle of the Beast is over here. Oh, not quite what I had in mind. Sharp turn, sharp turn. We did it. We need to use exactly this. Sure, why not? In we go. Cradle of the Beast. Don't worry. I'll make sure the meat is adequately prepared and flattened by purple Pikmin. So where is it? Over there. Perfect. Pack. Oh, it froze entirely. Okay, well, never mind. That's fine. There we go. There we go. Good job, everyone. Purple. Ah, well, reds are helping carry this stuff, I guess. Oh, I never put the fire in here. Interesting. Apparently I never did. Well, let's fix that, or shall we? There's fire missing right here. That'll do. Return to surface. Right, that was all we needed? Yep. We sure just needed one. So, we return to the surface. And potentially get the last item on the list. Because I assume there's only one more. Maybe there's two more. Maybe he actually does want some indoor goods, but... Who can say? I certainly can't. As long as he doesn't tell us to fight the dog again. For the final one. I want you to prepare me, dog. Maybe the second time he won't run away. Alright, right. End a day. Skip. Saving. Loading screen the game, but that's okay because we're gonna switch over to the other part soon enough. Soon enough. Where we'll just read some descriptions. For who knows how long. It's just day 50 is over. Let me just mute real quick. Needed to hydrate a bit. Alright, Ouchie, let's get to the man. The myth, the legend, Louis. What about the last ingredient, if there's only one more? One giant bread bug, oh boy. All that on some bread? Actually, let's just first insert word here, palace. Well, we're looking for palace. Oh, it's just a different order. Interesting, interesting. Let me mute myself again to refill my drink. now once I drink all that water, I'm gonna be done. That is all the water I have. But that's okay. Wrong button. One giant bedbug in... palace. Fine. Let's go here for now. Actually, let's just charge. That's faster. Some dead bodies still lying around. Alright, Ochi, let's make the jumps. We can get there. Lift me up, platform. Very good. Okay. We are looking for a giant bread bug. What would that be? Well, we can just skip the levels that don't matter to us, so... There we go, there we go. Let's go in to fight the bread bug. I think it was on a lower level, actually, now that I think about it. I think I can actually think of which level they are on, but that's fine. We just start from scratch. Maybe there's more than one layer where they are at. Alright. Alright. That's just a regular bread bug. And Louis is not asking for an appetizer first. So what's he cooking? What's Louis making for dish? Let him cook? Question mark. Probably shouldn't, but you know. He will anyway. Let's see. Some creatures over here. These things. Then there's this thing. One of those. And there's only birds up here as well. Okay, that would be easy enough. Skip and continue. Level 3. It probably was the last level, but who cares? Yep, only one enemy. So we're just gonna walk past them. Deeper and deeper we go. Sub level 4. It took me a bit too long to remember, and this is the result. This is my punishment for thinking too slowly. Come on. Why is this loading screen so long? Map. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any large ones. Right, that's how that worked, but no, we don't actually need to go there. Next level. Deeper and deeper we go, down to sub level 5. Could have gone there immediately if I'd remembered. Oh well, oh well. Well then, please load for me. Thank you, final sub level. He wants a giant bedbug. Very nice. Okay, all on purples. There we go, there we go. Oh, we contested. Or not. Can just flatten him like this. Or maybe not. Maybe we can just contest him while he's carrying something. Look at that. There's something to carry right here. Don't you want it? Yes, yes. Easy enough. We can do it this time. I think it deals more damage if we pull it over, so... Let's see. There's more enemies over this way, if you wanted to. If we needed to. Yep, sure. We just needed one, so... Alright. Got all the goods. Very nice, very nice. Everyone's blooming. So we just leave the dungeon. Return to the surface. Three types of meat, onion and bread. What else are we gonna get? Mixed onion. Not mixed onion. Mixed meats. With onion. Is he... and breading, huh? Is he making, patties? Like, oh no. End day. Not patties. Or is it? Wait. Not the bread. Not talking about the bread. Like on a burger, right? The meat part. Those are patties, right? I don't remember. I'm really bad with food vocabulary. Really bad. But even in my native language, not that great. Though significantly better than in English. That's number 5 out of potentially 6. So let's see what he wants from us. You got the grub, huh? Thank you. Go get more ingredients. I'm still missing some. 1 sovereign bull blacks. That's definitely in the last area, isn't it? Oh. Come on, come on. Giant dogs then. Right, I kind of remember this one though. It was pretty much on the lowest floor, so... The third one from the bottom. Probably is like the Cavern 4... Well, I don't know what it's called, but I do remember the location, so that's all that I need. Let's get there with the correct means of fighting it. We can't use Ice Pikmin, that much for sure. Alright, where is the ultimate Bull Blacks? The Supreme Bull Blacks. And with insert picture of Bull Blacks in Supreme shoes. And having the drip. Alright, right. Sovereign Bull Blacks. We're making our way over to the hole. That was a bit off, but you know, it works. Cavern 4 King. Long live the king. Okay, I think it's level 18? Let's go 17, just in case. Who needs blue Pikmin? You know what? Sure. Why not? Perfect. I could technically feed it poison Pikmin, but then it wouldn't make it taste particularly good now, would it? So I shall leave those behind. I had a feeling this one would be Empress Bull Blacks. But I thought I'd try nonetheless. Supreme Bull Blacks should be one layer below then. Level 18. Come on, come on. Please let me be right. Sure is. Okay. Right, he kinda... That's why we had blues. Anyway. Dismiss. Blues. Purples. Come on. There we go. Ochi. Let's get to writing. And pack. What do we want to start off with? Sure. No more carrots. Pack. Bomb. Hey, you. There we go. Beat it up, but not without some nice juicing. There we go. And we can recollect our carrots, because we don't intend to eat them ourselves. Keep carrying. Everyone work together. With all of your powers combined. Alright, right. It's okay. It's okay, guys. See? With all of your powers combined, we can do it. Yeah, you can do it, guys. Get me that Sovereign Bull Blacks. Fantastic. We got him. So we return back to the surface. What's the plan, Louis? Do you want to serve all that meat inside of the shell of the Emperor? Of the, Supreme Bull Blacks? Sovereign Bull Blacks? He's a gourmet after all, kind of. Not really. But he likes food too much. He's a foodie and he's... Yeah. He's certainly Louis. Let's stick with that. End day. Please, thank you. Alright, Louis. Here's your last part of the dish. Hopefully last part. Now, what do you do with all that food? I'm gonna get a cutscene. Some sort of special reward, perhaps. Maybe a special kind of quest with a special reward. Who knows, who knows? I certainly don't. Maybe it's just your daily food. It mightn't even be the last one. Alright. I mean, it says 6 and not final, right? But technically that doesn't have to mean anything. Alright. The Sovereign Bull Blacks. Here, have it. No. You can have this. Extra hand. Oh! He also said something else, so Message log. Now that I have the ingredients I need, you can have this. The Sovereign Bulblack's feast for supper. It's going to be a good night. I like this planet. I want to show it to Nana someday. Oh, stop being normal, Louis. You can't have a likable trait. Okay, now. Where can I see what that thing he just gave me? Where can I look at those things? No. No. Ah, you know what? That menu might do it. There we go. Let's see, not radar map. Nothing else left here. ID badges. We already read up on all of those. So really don't need to... There we go. Gear. There we go. What's it do? What's it do? I hear you. Oh, you only carry the same amount as you can. Oh. I hear you can carry the same amount as a single Pikmin. There's absolutely no shame in giving science a noble purpose. That's funny. Let's try that. Ochi, be dismissed. This is my job. This is my job. I have generated this Pikmin with my own 2 hands. My character is deemed this white Pikmin to be my brethren. I guess he picked the color white. Alright. Why hello there. The treasure catalog can be found right here. That's what we're gonna do now. Perusing the treasure catalog is one of the greatest joys in life. Feel free to take your time and while you take a look. Alright, what do we want to take a look here? Treasures. Let's lean back first. So the Rubber Cutie series is the first one. Universal Rubber Cutie. Have you ever laid eyes on something more adorable? I for one have not. Gazing upon its features fills me with is it admiration? Ah, well, whatever it is, I recommend everyone open their eyes and their hearts to this sublime and squeaky being. Look at those adorable features and darling proportions. This creature may be rather medium in size, but that means but that does not mean it's medium amount of cuteness. No, I'm quite certain it possesses enough cuteness to charm an entire planet. Ah, fret not. Stately Rubber Cutie, yes, you may be smallish in size, but that does not matter. Cute is cute. In fact, it's quite possible you're even more cute because of your smallness. Yes, I do believe you are. Just look at this fellow, dressed to impress, in all black, and impressed I most certainly am. So impressed I cannot stop staring. I do hope it'll forgive me. It's just so hard to act normal around someone so dapper. It truly is. Just gonna need to read them like this, right?
The first time I laid eyes upon this treasure, I thought it was a giant aquatic monster. It took me a few paralyzing seconds to realize it is just a statue. What a relief. If such an attractive creature were to attack me, I'd be too entranced to run away. Has well-proportioned facial features and a smooth exterior. Its hollow interior allows it to float on water. I thought long and hard about what creature inspired this treasure, and before I knew it, I was patting its beak. I'm powerless in the face of cuteness. Compared to the other treasures found, this sculpture is tiny, yet with its beak turned courageously upward, and its round eyes brimming with the spirit of adventure, I can't help but admire its gallant image. Beauty really can be found around any corner. Right. When I was a kid, I coveted a black leather jacket that hung in a shop window. It was so cool. I begged my parents to buy it for me, but they just scoffed in my face. So I saved up my pocket change for months and finally bought it myself. It turns out wearing a leather jacket during the peak of Hocketate summer is a shortcut to getting a heat stroke. That was the last time I ever tried to be cool.
Yeah, okay, these didn't have any scrolls. Okay, what about you?
That thing is huge. It'll take an entire day to eat it in its entirety. Still not sure if it's edible. Also not sure if something that can taste as handsome as it looks. This seems like it's the right portion size for me. I like this color. Gives off a chill aura.
Sweet Stumblenod.
Licking it is fun, but it tastes much better if you bite right into it. It's near impossible to eat this without losing a drop of cream in the process, a challenge I gladly accept. A crunchy and uncomplicated treat.
Wait, let me just...
If the missing part is out there somewhere, I will find it and then I will eat it too. It's like an optical illusion. If I keep alternating bites by color, will I ever make it to the last morsel? There's something about this flavor that makes it impossible to stop eating. Not that I've ever tried very hard. There's only one way to eat this. First lick up the jam, then eat the buttery petals. Until all that remains are crumbs. Then eat the crumbs. If you break it in half first, it's much easier to eat.
Louis, man! Don't break the hardy container.
Jiggle, jiggle. This creamy base is delectable, but alternate each bite with brown topping for a more savory experience. Very filling. A strange way to serve toothpaste.
Oh no, he's spaced. He's spaced.
The touch of bitterness makes it that much easier to eat.
Wait, let me just... There you go. Oh, no longer food. Alright, what about the first part of the food series? This one. What a sweet stick it is, quite literally. This stick here is made from candy from top to bottom. The unexpected combination makes it quite the handy thing to have around. You can use it as a walking stick, prevent yourself from stumbling while hiking, or explore unfamiliar terrain. When all the exertion makes you hungry, you'll find sustenance right there in your hand. A useful invention, to be sure.
A gigantic, brightly colored stick of candy adorned with a ribbon. My guess is that it was meant to be a gift for a child, and would be a great souvenir to bring back to my own kids. I'll need to keep a close eye on the spaceship's temperature to prevent its melting during transport.
Based. Thank you. How kind of y'all, Amar. Let's not read everything. I just wanted to read Louis' notes specifically on this one.
This pattern always reminds me of our family game nights. We like to play board games, but it would be even more enjoyable if we could eat the boards after. I was curious to know if the flavor was as playful as the design, so I took a bite. Tastes normal. Before we got married, my wife took a compatibility test to assess our relationship. It was all for a laugh, but we got 120%, indicating that we would be eternally happy together. I don't really believe in all that fortune-telling stuff, but the test got it right. Aww. In my line of work, encountering tough situations and feeling like your life is in danger is all part of the job. But something about this cookie makes me feel like I have the strength to make it through. Like I have an extra heart if my first one runs out.
Aww. What a refreshing aroma, and what charming decorations. And that gorgeous color too. Popular with the young crowd, this spaceship wakes you up as it whisks you away on the minty fresh journey to another planet. Just don't bite out of it, or you'll never make it back.
One whiff of this brings me back to the long days of summer, eating ice cream with my kids. The fragrance smells like their favorite flavor, bright and refreshing. At first I didn't want to try it, but my children insisted. Now it's my favorite ice cream flavor too.
Olimar's such a softie. I love Olimar.
At our wedding, our friends gave my wife and me a spaceship-shaped cake that looked a lot like this one. It wasn't as big, but it resonated with my dreams of exploring space. Of course, my dreams are slightly different now, but I'm happy that I still have my wife by my side.
Olimar, making me emotional.
It's a common practice to present an expensive gift to your intended when you propose. I didn't have the means to do so when my wife and I became engaged, and I've always regretted that fact. But at least I still love her as much as I did then.
Sweet. This shiny table is used in a ceremony meant to bring good luck with money. It works like this: jump over the table once and make a profit. Jump over it twice and make a fortune. Jump over it thrice and the sky opens and money rains down on you. Or so one hopes, anyway.
Apparently, if you jump over this, you'll be blessed with great wealth. I'm not the superstitious type, but I'm tempted to give it a try. I could use the extra cash. The only thing standing in my way are my poor middle-aged hip joints.
Oh, Olimar.
I bet this would bring in the big bucks.
Sure would. Let's see. Stick a jewel.
I'm pretty sure this jewel is fake.
Not only is this glittering gem quite beautiful, but its mineral is composed of the mineral it's composed of is notable for being highly sticky, often given as a present to a loved one. It represents a bond that is equally adhesive.
This gemstone is large, but it looks kind of cheap. I've only just started to accept that one day someone might propose to my own daughter with a gift like this. I know I should probably give that person a warm welcome, but I already don't like them.
Oh, Olimar. Don't need to read the hoops. What's this tandem trainer? Exercise is good for many things. It not only makes us stronger, it also helps us live healthier lives. So grab each of these exercise machines handles and squeeze. As every muscle strains at the effort, take comfort knowing you're adding good things to your life.
I'm no longer trying to catch anyone's eye, but as the sole breadwinner, I need to prioritize my health so I can support my family for years to come. The problem is, I'm so busy supporting them that there's not a lot of time left to do push-ups. We'll see how it all turns out. Apparently I should be able to lift this pretty easily, but I gave up after my first try.
Ball. Balls. Ball. A pouch. Disc of Joy's Wisdom. Do not be fooled by its silence. You are in the presence of the most intelligent life form in the known universe. Based on its appearance, it's clear this creature can exude feelings of joy and delight. It was likely at the center of many social gatherings long ago.
Whenever I hear a joyful song, I'm transported back to my family celebrations with live music and dancing. I see my family all dressed into the nines, looking at me with silly expressions on their faces. I hope to witness that again one day soon. I can't help but wonder why this isn't a rice cracker.
Don't need to read the other discs. No. Different types of buttons. Ah, dog. Dog collar. Dogs have been our dear and most faithful companions since the dawn of civilization. This necklace represents that ancient and honorable bond, both physically and spiritually. A well-worn necklace such as this is the mark of a friendship like no other.
The lovely patina of this piece is evidence of the deep bond between this dog and its companion. A dog never truly forgets their owner, and an owner will remember their dog for life. Eternal truths such as this transcends all times and galaxies. The spikes give it that little extra something. I bet this dog was a comfy form of transport.
Puzzle pieces. And top, probably. That's funny. That one of them has like bottom-ish. Bottom probably. The sweet flavor of the sunseed berry has been condensed and placed into this bottle for safekeeping. So clever, so delicious. But imagine the squabble that breaks out every time this jar is opened. Something this yummy would be the envy of everyone at the table. The scent is dangerously sweet and brings to mind concentrated memories of my wife's adorable smile. But one can't subsist of sweetness alone. You also need solid qualities like trust and patience. Having those is like a big hearty breakfast for the soul.
Opened the lid for a peek and fell straight in. I've never tasted better.
God damn it, Louis. Don't want to read all of them. I want to read the 8-ball. There it is. Sphere of Trust. The inhabitants used this treasure in ancient ceremonies as a way to foster truce in their deities, as well as their friends and family. Knowing that trust was so important to them, as it is to us, makes me think that perhaps we aren't so different after all.
It's easy to lose someone's trust, despite the fact that it takes so long to build it in the first place. But once you have that trust and support, it's much easier to achieve your goals. I'd rather be able to count on someone I trust and leave it all up to chance.
Just looks cool, but totally doesn't know it.
Also, he has like these different comments on these. Sunseed berry. No matter how down you may be, these tasty bursts of joy are almost sure to turn your mood around. That's because their happiness in fruit form. As the name implies, they plant seeds of sunny warmth in the middle of your heart and then grow like an invasive species of happiness.
The scent of this fruit tickles my heart for some reason. It makes me think back of summer memories. My wife smiling at me in the sunlight. She'd probably have a good laugh if she were ever to read this, but that wouldn't be so bad. I happen to love that sound.
Homer is so based.
Aw, such a sweetie.
Eat them as is, or with a dollop of cream. The sweetest juice is concentrated at the tip.
What else? Dusk pustules. Stare at the deep, dark orbs of this fruit, and you might fall into a hypnotic trance. But not to worry, the minute you take a bite, you'll be snapped from your reverie by a powerful blast of sweet juice. What a journey it takes you on. You may never want to return. Hello, Gale Man. How's it going? Yeah, this is the last stream pre-debut, but the debut is still TBA, so I'll be taking a hiatus for a while. Also, oh, I totally didn't... Man, sorry, Rulosi, I totally missed your message there earlier. I don't know when you joined. I put this a bit off, covering my screen a bit too much. Oh, okay, it's still in my box, so it's not that long ago. Must have been within a minute, good. Still Parkers? Yeah, Parkers, indeed. Pikmin 4 effectively complete. I'm just reading some of the entries because Pikmin entries are always fun. And then I'm gonna dedicate all my time towards preparing for the debut. Right now I'm thinking it's likely gonna be like November when I'm gonna debut, but that way I can prepare a proper good debut and do some stupid stuff in between. Also because November is a great month for me to have an easier time because I have some time off from work there.
I've noticed that the skin contains a substance with antioxidant properties. That's probably why I feel so fresh and invigorated after I eat one. I wonder how I'd feel after eating two.
If eating these raw, you'd want to remove the skin to avoid a bitter aftertaste. To make a juice, you leave the skin on and mash the fruit with your feet. Great for working out pent-up aggression.
Actually, this one, that's the way you make, like, people used to make wine, right? They stomp these with their feet. I believe. Oh, nice watermelon. Let's read that. This thing is enormous. It's the size of an asteroid, with hard, striped skin. It's not very inviting, so what a surprise it was to find that the insides are bursting with crimson juice. And seeds too. Plant these in the garden and maybe more tasty asteroids will grow. Feed, indeed. For free?
I look at this fruit and am instantly overcome by the urge to split it into a million pieces.
I think I actually read this one already.
I closed my eyes to avoid the thought, but the impulse just got stronger. I must be holding on to a deep desire to take on and defeat a giant spherical obstacle.
Sprinkle with a hint of salt to enhance its sweetness.
I guess I'll stay in the notes section. This way I can get rid of all the notes, the new messages. Let's see. What else would be fun to read? This one, sure, why not? It's a miracle anyone tried to eat this unpleasant-looking fruit the very first time. You'd think its hairy exterior would have scared them off, yet they did. And we should all be grateful for what a tasty treat it is. Further proof that luck favors the bold.
The fruit on this planet is astonishingly large. If we could cultivate these ample fruits on Hocketate, nobody would ever go hungry again. Sadly, I don't know anything about agriculture. Maybe I should have listened to my wife when she told me to do yard work.
The black seeds are a delight and have a satisfying grainy mouthfeel, but I don't recommend eating the fuzzy exterior.
But you can actually eat the fuzzy exterior. Oh, this is a different version of it. Alright. Merciless extractor. Squeeze! Had enough? No. Well, let's squeeze some more. A ruthless savage heart beats inside this machine. Indeed, no giant fruit can retain its juice in the face of this device's relentless ringing. But if it's the very last drop you seek, then the merciless extractor is for you.
When I look at the company president, I can't see myself climbing the corporate ladder. To be a manager, it seems like you've also got to be an inhuman, heartless villain.
Oh wow, he calls him a heartless villain, huh? I didn't get the impression of in 2. In 3 he kinda acted more like this, but I guess that's the direction they wanted to go with the president, huh? Anyway.
These traits allow them to squeeze their dedicated workers without mercy. And still sleep at night. I feel that same merciless cruelty radiating from this metallic altar. I wonder if it was once used for dark, unspeakable ceremonies. Or perhaps it was once the desk of a corporate boss. We will never know.
Okay, but like in general, that's pretty based, Olimar.
Used for extracting fruit juices, but could serve as a cup if necessary.
Technically correct. if like you were to have that upside down, you could use it as a cup, especially like someone this size. It would be a tiny cup for us, but a huge cup for them. It's worth noting this tasty fruit's near perfect round shape, which is not unlike the face of a shrewd friend. Meanwhile, the thick skin suggests it's a survivor. It's seen things, it's been there. So let us look at it this way. As with that friend of ours, it might take us some effort to get to the good stuff, but oh, what a reward once we do. I've read this one for sure.
This fruit is so shiny and round, it reminds me of a beach ball whenever I see it. Yet it's so yummy that I can't help but get cravings for it at the end, and end up eating it all the time. The only drawback is that I'm constantly disappointed that I'm not on vacation.
I love oranges. I love oranges so much.
Don't throw away all that stringy white stuff. It's full of nutrients and adds excellent texture to a smoothie.
Huh. I suppose that could be. I know, like, texture. I do like drinking orange juice with, like, pulp. So maybe that's, like, partially the white stuff as well. That adds the texture. Though it's not quite the same thing as a smoothie. Face wrinkler. Oh, those are... Maybe those are more the oranges than these. Though those are also oranges, definitely, so whatever. If I read every one of these, I'd be here for hours, so... Let's see what else we can read up on. Oh, these are all beds. I see, I see. Empty vase. King of meats. Oh boy. It's ham. I would normally think to call a meat majestic, but look at this thing. Large and imposing, it demands a certain respect from all who consider eating it. I can almost hear it now.
You think you can eat me whole, do you? Ah, I dare you do your worst. I never expected to find such an appetizing cut of meat in the dark underground lair. Why was it there? How was it made? And is there a reason for its large size? I imagine it was an offering to some great figure. I shall pay my respects later as well.
Realistically, from their perspective, I don't think they've encountered any creature as big as this piece of meat. So from their perspective, it must be kind of crazy to be like, oh boy, this is one piece of meat. It's not like man-made, right? It's one piece of meat. I mean, it is man-processed, not man-made, but, you know.
Big enough that no one will notice if I slice off a bit to sample the flavor.
One piece is real? Fish bad snack. As far as I can tell, this is some sort of fish atop some sort of white stuff. The specifics don't matter as much as the taste, which is good. Nothing too fancy or ostentatious. Just the kind of back-to-basics flavor profile that we all crave now and again.
One of my favorite birthday gifts as a child was a book that I received, called 20,000 Millimeters Under the Sea.
20,000 millimeters, that's funny.
I believe I owe my adventurous spirit to that novel. How funny that a piece of seafood from a different planet could remind me of my childhood self.
An excellent palate cleanser. Puts you in the mood for a strong cup of tea.
Ooh. That looks good. I want to read these two.
An unpredictable culinary experience. It's up to the eater to decide which part to eat first.
Sure is.
I can tell that it gives me tons of power and stamina. I'm not athletic, but if I ate the whole thing, I'm sure I could work for 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. Now that I think about it, I don't want the president to hear about this and get any ideas.
Very funny. Alright, let's see what other... Still the spells alert. Alright, let's read those because the name is just so horrible that it's still spells alert. Do you have one of those spouses who loves to play pranks on you? For example, one who gets a laugh from sneaking up up and startling you with a boo, well, put this on your prank-pulling partner and you'll always know when they are approaching. It's a must-have for item for the spouse who wants to have the last laugh. Okay, at least a somewhat wholesome take on that.
Sometimes I miss my carefree bachelor days. Once you have a family, those days are history. I like spending time with my wife, but sometimes I just want to be alone.
Could it be a fruit? It looks like there is some kind of seed on the inside, but the husk is inedible.
Of course, you try to eat it. Alright, right. Let's read the ocarina. It seems that something, or more likely some things, lived within the inner cavity of this device. What were these things? What was their purpose? Were they forced to live there together as a part of an experiment? Some things are destined to remain unknown.
Based on its shape and where it was found, I have deduced that it is a nest for some kind of aquatic creature. On Hocketate, fish are known to use sunken buildings and objects in their own underwater apartments. Like their own underwater apartments. I'm sure many a life flourished here.
I put my face through one of the holes and smelled something odd.
How deep? Right, I think I read these 3 song descriptions from the 3. What else do we have? What else do we have? Anything else that is very fun or interesting? Also, just earlier did all the Louis quests, and those are... the reward for that is kind of funny. Mouth of Lies. Slip a coin inside the mouth of this machine, and in return it will tell you a joke, or so I'm told, but so far it's only returned silence for every coin I've put in. Perhaps it's broken, or perhaps the joke is on me.
So the idea is to put your hand in the mouth and pretend it's being devoured. By whatever's inside the object, maybe some people find that funny or even romantic, but it seems like a mediocre party gag to me.
Shake it and you hear unmistakable sound of money.
Teeth. Let's see. What else is... Don't want to read on the good. The goo. No goo. Lamp of inspiration. Sure, why not, right? This lamp is the very definition of inspiring, with a figure of a proud woman holding a torch up on high. It not only lights up a room with its glow, but lights up with the spirits of those who gaze upon it.
The statue seems to be imbued with the majesty of an ancient goddess. When I look upon her, I can't help but be mesmerized by her beauty, until my neck starts throbbing in pain.
Because you have to look up? Or is it because of something else? I don't know.
The right hand is holding up a generous serving of soft serve ice cream. Chocolate, if I had to guess.
Oh, Louis. Ah, the Thinker. Let's read that. When one comes up to this landmark, one can't help but contemplate many things. First, what is this figure contemplating? Moreover, what should I be contemplating? Open your mind to big questions like these, and you're sure to contemplate great things. I wonder if one of these human-looking ones, you know, this one is the first one, this is the second one. I wonder if one of them will have them speculate about the creatures that lived on this planet or something.
Could I be related to this person who is modeling for this statue? While I examined it earlier, I found myself striking the same pose without even realizing it. If we do share the same genes, how did it end up on this side of space?
Kind of, but you know, you're off there, Olimar. I just said kind of in the sense of like, he's actually thinking about what this is, the creature.
Deciding what to eat next is a quandary that will forever thwart the mind. As soon as it's resolved, it begins anew.
Many have wondered what this statue would have looked like if the artist had completed the work. Would the arms have been folded, held out straight? Might wings have been carved out where arms belong? If only the artist hadn't stopped at such a crucial juncture. Though I confess, nothing is more fun than guessing where there's no right answer to be found. Ah, funny.
What manner of calamities had befallen this planet at the time of this statue was created? Apocalyptic catastrophes, extreme weather, the wrath of the gods? The question that artifacts like this inspire are what make them truly valuable.
I like how they all interpret this as unfinished.
This made a nice snack for someone. If there's a way to enjoy eating rocks, I would like to know.
Oh my god, we gotta read this one though. This fossil is all that remains of a heroic giant from the ancient times. He was known for showing compassion to not only allies but also enemies. As we contemplate his revered visage, we should let his past benevolence act as a guide for our own behavior today. Wait.
Looking upon this warrior's calming visage is a peaceful way to spend an hour. The eyes seem to see through everything, and if their gaze is freeing you from the darkness of your mind. Wait. As if their gaze is freeing you from the darkness of your mind. Perhaps I stumbled upon the sacred key to the life's greatest questions.
This bears a striking resemblance to something else.
Thanks for the deep input, Louis. Buddy display, heat sensor, counter, octopus. Alien invasion? No, it's just an octopus. Or is it? There's something quite strange about this one. Could it be a new species, perhaps? Well, whatever this thing is, the way its adorable beady eyes stare unblinkingly at me, I'm almost certain it's communicating telepathically with me.
A strange life form that mimics an octopus. We've discovered other creatures that use mimicry, but in this case it's fairly unconvincing. I'm not even sure it is a life form. I intend to dissect it, to investigate further, but first I will try one tiny bite.
The head and tail seem to have the same flavor and texture. Tastes like fish.
Well, what else do we have? Right, we can read on the console stuff. I don't want to read every one of these. Let us read up on... Sure, let's read this one. This desk features a built-in display, surely used to show important things such as maps and vital statistics. No doubt many heated discussions have taken place over the matters shown on here. One hopes those who worked and fought at this desk also took breaks for rest and frivolity. Very funny. Remember to take breaks while gaming.
During slow days at work, I like to play this game, where I use the zero gravity to float toy rockets in front of the ship's window. Then I act out scenes from my favorite childhood TV show and pretend there's a galactic war going on in the distance. I should probably edit these notes before the president asks to review them.
I jumped out of my skin the first time the display lit up.
Alright. What do they have to say about the dimension converter? The technology built into these specs is incredible. To begin with, there's a filter in each lens that alters the light at the quantum level. Dimensions are converted in the process, and things you couldn't see that were right there in front of you are revealed. Eye-opening.
What your eyes might see is not an exact representation of reality. We can only see part of the world within a narrow range of visible light. This magnificent device proves that theory. I'd love to show it to my kids one day. It would boggle their minds.
These would enhance any video game experience.
Oh my god. Louis Gamer. Let's see. Where do we have? Let's read the Spirit Sword, why not? This sword is known for bestowing on its owner the power to make allies with forest spirits. Clearly it was given this odd green hue in anticipation of forest combat. The color does seem rather bright for any forest we know of, but maybe forests here are very vibrant?
It must have been very hard to see this sword in the forest, as it would blend in with the foliage. Applying a pathetic coloration to a weapon is more than just practical. It's brilliant. I'm always amazed at the creative solutions that float around in the minds of others.
Looks a lot like grass.
Nothing too interesting there, I suppose. Alright, fidget spinner. What do you have to say?
My eyes, they can't stop spinning. So fun.
The movement of the universe always seemed slow to me, but it's a matter of perspective. Maybe the movement of this object is how a higher power perceives it. We are all so small in the grand scheme. I get dizzy thinking about the epic scale of space. Or is it just the space spinner?
What else do we have? Alright. Dee Dee's portrait. Sure. This portrait shows a half-man, half-fish deity worshipped by ancient sailors. He was known for being both kind and cruel. One minute he'd test the sailors by sending bad weather their way, the next he'd save them with a blast of air from his horn to the sails.
I once had a trump card. A premium license given only to the first-rate space navigation officers that allowed you to bypass the arduous license renewal process. But I'm sure I lost that qualification with this recent incident. Guess it's back to annual visits to the license renewal planet on the edge of the space. The lines are always so long.
Oh, poor Olimar.
I've always wanted to play the trumpet.
Where's the Fire Emblem? Joking aside, of course. Alright. Is this the only D20? I gotta read up on the D20. And the D4. Maybe I need to read up on all the dice, because I like me some dice. Well, this one is kinda like dice. It's not really with numbers, but you know, it's a dice, technically. Rolling the stone so that it lands on the specific symbol you want is no easy task. 12 sides is a lot of sides, why even try? But when you do at last get that symbol you hoped for, what a thrill! It's sure to keep you trying again and again.
I've lived through some harrowing events, and the trick to surviving in space is to prepare for every possible situation. But this is technicality, and literally impossible. Sometimes you just need to roll the dice, hope for the best, and let the universe do its thing.
Only useful when deciding between 12 or less options for your next meal.
With this many sides, how is the totem not just a sphere? Give it a roll and see, it seems like it might never stop. And when it does, well, there are so many numbers it could land on. Does it really matter which one? Best just go with the flow.
Having to choose one out of 20 possible scenarios during a voyage through space would be an object lesson of randomness. And very unfortunate. On the minuscule chance it should ever occur, the only solution would be to throw up your hands and laugh.
Fun to watch because it rolls so well.
Chance totem. This mysterious stone is quite heavy, but once it rolled, it's relentless in its pursuit of fate. 6 sides and 6 paths await you. Where this roll lands, so goes your life. Now you can master the work of art. Can you master the work of art that is your fate?
When I gaze at the stone, I can feel my fate being forecasted. It must know what is going to happen to me. I'm sure it sees that I'll be hailed as a brilliant visionary and a brave explorer when I return to Hocketate.
Well,
I'm not sure which is luckier, 1 or 6.
Fair. This tool can be helpful when one finds oneself faced with an especially hard choice. Simply roll the stone and leave the decision to fate. But when the roll ends abruptly, will you like the decision fate picked for you? Or will you wish you decided for yourself?
While exploring, I often face with the difficult question, Which way to go? North, south, east, or west? A tool like this could be useful in those moments. Of course, one roll would be too random. It'd be best to roll it 100 times and take the average result. Oh my god, I love it. I love you. I love this, Olimar. This is amazing. Why would you take the d4 to roll it 100 times to get the average result? Oh my god, I love it. It's so funny. Climb at your own risk. For real. Alright, right. Olimar's such a great, fun character. Wait, we already through? Hey, that was everything. Nice. Now we can look at some creatures before we wrap this up. But first... disband everyone. Disband. Sabian Ochi. I'm here to... get myself another... friend. No. Stop giving it to white. Stop giving it to white. Stop giving it to white. Fine, I guess my character has a bias towards white Pikmin. Because last time I grabbed a red petal and it also gave it to white, so... coming out. With these three, we're gonna check out the creatures. I like you. Not as much as I like critters, but quite a bit. Let's read the Wikipedia. Alright, right. There's a lot of things that Louis will comment on. In terms of eating, but I don't want to read all of that. Let's just read whatever we feel like makes sense. Dwarf Bulborb. Right. I want to read Louis' food descriptions for every one of these pieces that he had us prepare for his food, so...
For blissful brisk mince, for blissful brisk mince the entire beast finely and stirred with heavy cream, artichoke hearts, and a pinch of black pepper. Heat slowly until piping hot. Rich and creamy.
Right, what's the next one? Let's just jump to the next one right like this. The next thing he asked me to prepare was one of the frogs. Frog. There we go.
Coat in a thick batter and deep fry for down-home flavor you won't soon forget.
Okay, next thing he wanted me to prepare was... wait, what's the third thing? The third thing was this one.
Great for hot pot. Remove the shell and cook legs in the hot broth. When they turn nice and red, pull them out and slather in liver paste before eating.
Alright, wait. What was the other stuff that he... one of them was... this guy up here, but... what's one more before that? Oh, right, fiery bull blacks.
No stove? No problem. The sizzling beast practically cooks itself. Remember to thoroughly extinguish the steak prior to eating.
There must have been one more, right? Am I forgetting one? Let me just check the quest log real quick. What else do you want me to prepare? Bull blacks. Right, the giant bread bug. I need to read up on the food preparation advice on the giant bread bug, because those are the things that he seemed to like the best. Because you've made me fetch those. Alright, where are you at, giant bread bug? Am I blind? That is the question. Clearly I am. Because you'd think I'd be able to spot the bread bug easily. Given its very square shape. There it is.
Although cooking the colossal beast yields a mountain of meat, every ounce of it is flavorless. Only suitable for intergalactic all-you-can-eat buffets.
I guess it's mixed with other things to be more filling. Right, now what's the star of the show have? The Sovereign Bull Blacks.
For a light appetizer, pluck the ferns off its back and lightly cook to remove any astringent flavor. The tongue, eyes, lips, meat, and fat are very tasty and can be prepared in a variety of ways. Mature specimens have more highly developed umami flavor.
I wonder what the food was he made with all of these things combined. Because he needed the missing ingredients, so... Anyway, let's just take a quick look at some entries that are not about food. Were they... This little darling's always with its beloved mother, but when it grows up, she'll drive it away. Though it may seem cruel, she helps it develop confidence to survive on its own, forcing it to fend for itself. Such practical creatures could teach us a lot about learning to get by in the world.
A spotty bull bear larva is in its third stage of development. This creature's body structure is nearing maturation. However, unlike mature bull bears, it has yet to claim its own patrol route, and thus it is dependent upon its parent for guarding the direction.
So dwarf bull bear actually is the child, as I remembered. I thought someone told me that bull bears were the same as the bull boars, but evidently not. Yeah, this one is definitely different. Not these. Yeah, so the bull boars are always mimicking, but the bull bears are different.
Much like more mature specimens, the juvenile frosty bullborb is able to create and carry ice on an epidermis that promotes extracellular freezing. However, they take an entire night to regenerate their ice, which is why they are often accompanied by adults. Juveniles display a smaller number of the spots than the adults, causing some to believe that this was actually a species of mimicking breadbug.
Huh. So for this one, it's unsure for the frosty bullborb. They're not sure if this one imitates. For these ones, it's like for the dwarf regular one and the dwarf orange one, it is definitely separate species. But for wait, is this also separate?
During reproduction, after an egg is fertilized by a sperm, any excess chromosomes are usually discarded through a process called meiosis, but occasionally the process fails to occur, and a bullborb individual will develop irregularly due to this the chromosomal abnormality.
Wow, you're going in deep with that biology lesson there, Olimar. Jumbo, that word sets an image to your mind. Being larger than others of its own species means its heart is proportionally bigger too, so its devotion to its family also grows. When it savagely bites, it's only doing so to protect those it cares about. The most loving critters can sometimes also be the fiercest. What do they have to say about the mama? Big mama. The striking polka dots, alongside the expansive hide, provide the very image of royal splendor, while the regal presence is essential for queenly quality, might throw you off your guard. Her grand, lumpy figure has more than just visual impact. When provoked, this charmer will roly-poly over and squash any threats. Approach with the utmost caution.
Initial observations placed out on the capability of the grub dog family to support a strong ant or bee-like social structure. But recent studies show this family is capable of such complexity for brief periods when certain external parameters are met. The egg sac of the largest female grub dog within a given range swells to dramatic proportions in response to environmental changes, such as the sudden depletion of prey species. These females temporarily take on the role of a pack matriarch. as in pack formation, it has been observed that nearly all males not involved in species reproduction undergo natural sex changes. The characteristics of such specimen are quite intriguing indeed.
So they're one of those kind of creatures that can change gender. Biological gender, sex. Interesting, interesting. I don't care about the sheer grubs. But I want to read about the horned cannon beetle. Its giant shiny black carapace is one of the precious stones of the natural world. When it lifts its ebony wings, the briefly visible flesh beneath creates a striking color contrast. This is a living work of art that transcends the imagination.
Males of this species are known for their horn-like blowholes. When females reach maturity, their blowhole closes and they lose the ability to launch rocks. At the start of breeding season, the females lay eggs on rocks launched by a male. The rocks then become food for the growing larvae. Though once mistaken for an adult armored cannon beetle, this species is actually a naturalized non-native species that migrated here from another continent. The horned cannon beetle can breed with adult armored cannon beetles, but only about half of their eggs will actually hatch. This hybrid species has the potential to seriously pollute the gene pool. Furthermore, it exhibits aggressive territorial behavior, sometimes launching boulders at young armored cannon beetles, which has driven the latter species to the verge of extinction.
This is a ladybug reference. These are the Asian ladybugs, the ladybugs from Asia, and the armored cannon beetles, which are on the verge of extinction, are the other ladybugs, the ones with the fewer dots, and the more reddish hue. Interesting. I didn't expect to get a reference to that. Actually makes me think, I wonder if there's any regional differences to these entries. Probably not anymore, but anyway, I gotta read up on this one. Having a body made up of living cells, a metabolism, and the ability to produce offspring might be considered necessary traits to determine if something is truly alive. But this rapid-fire cannon blows away conventional definitions. And is it a machine and a creature? What a fascinating possibility.
The species of this species of the arachnorb family fuses with machinery at a crucial point in their maturation process, giving it the ability to fire energy bursts from the launcher beneath its orbicular torso. However, the maned legs itself is not in control of this weapon. Instead, the mechanical portions of its structure appear to automatically acquire and attack targets. The maned legs has a gentle disposition, and as a member of the arachnorb family, it has no natural enemies. It is particularly difficult to understand why this species would develop such awesome offensive capabilities, leading to rumors among the scientific community that it was the machinery that approached the arachnorb and proposed the symbiotic relationship.
Interesting. The maned legs is actually really gentle, but the cannon has other plans. Poor maned legs. Alright, let's read up on the groovy. With mesmerizing lights that pierce through the darkness and low groove that stirs your soul, how can you not get your dance on? Is it a creature or a machine? Who cares? Everyone can join the party. A word of caution, though. Be careful you don't dance right under one of its feet.
This species has some remaining organic internal organs, but its carapace and eyes are made up of inorganic material. All 19 of its eyes are actually photoelectric sensors that the species uses to precisely locate its prey. The gas emitted from its posterior of its first leg joints includes a chemical substance that, after making contact with another organism's brain, temporarily controls that organism's actions. The groovy longlegs uses this natural phenomenon, called the endless dance, to make its prey jump between its legs while it moves around in bizarre rhythms. The entire interaction is seemingly odd for a living organism, but the line between organic and inorganic on this planet is not always clear.
This creature is mostly tendon, so it often gets stuck in your teeth. Smells like burnt plastic or possibly metal.
Alright. These are like the same. These have the same name, right? Maybe they also got some. I wonder if they are actually like rebrands. Let's have a creeping chrysanthemum show, why don't we? We'll gather hand-raising creeping chrysanthemums and have a contest based on size, flower, color, things like that. They're half animal, so maybe a behavior category too. Of course, how could the judges ever choose a winner? Each specimen is so beautiful in its own way.
Like Pikmin, the creeping chrysanthemum is a member of a group of creatures with ambulatory root structures. This creature is known as a mimic, but because it is actually a form of plant, this label is not entirely accurate. It uses its mimicry to lie in wait, to ambush its prey, unrecognized even by Pikmin despite being members of the same class of organisms.
When thinly sliced, this predator's sizable bulb makes a sumptuous pizza topping.
Alright. Guess there's no entry there. Maybe on this one, but probably not. Wait. Hold up. I gotta read those. These don't just mimic the growth of mushrooms for the fun of catching you by surprise. They also use the opportunity to spread poison around quite indiscriminately. But that's just this little darling's idiosyncratic method for catching its prey. We could learn from the way nature embraces such unique and varied creatures.
The defining characteristics of this fungi that grow of the fungi that grows on its head differ from that of chrysanthemums. Of the chrysanthemums family, creeping chrysanthemums. But the makeup of the body of which they grow is mostly the same. As a result, we can theorize that, like the fellow ambuloretics, the Bulbman mention, big deal. This species is not an evolutionary variation, but that the body is a parasite that has nestled inside a group of mushrooms. Because the hosts are mushrooms, the startled spores cannot photosynthesize. Instead, it gains nutrients by catching its prey with its highly poisonous fluids, or by absorbing the nectar in the ground left behind as creatures killed by its poisons decompose.
If you can successfully remove the tongue's poison glands, you'll enjoy a rare opportunity to appreciate the umami synergies of the mushroom and meat combo.
What are these things like?
The bitter flavor fades away as they grow, replaced by a sweet mellow aroma. Stew the bask of the trunk, grill the middle, and smoke the tip. The possibilities are endless.
I wonder if this is also based on some sort of fruit, you know? Because they look very much fruit-like.
Gently peel the skin back from the nose. Its meat has grassy bitterness, tastes like cucumber.
Is it just supposed to be cucumber? I don't know, it vaguely looks like it could be some specific fruit that I can't think of right now. Either way, Mamuda, I gotta read up on this one. A gentle creature removed from the fierce competition of strong eating the weak. It sits in gardens and pools of sunlight, looking content as it gazes out its big round eyes at the plant it has raised that's just starting to sprout. Don't tease this mild-mannered beastie by messing with the delicate sprouts it's tending. That's why it gets angry when you pluck the sprouts it has planted after you, well, let it plant your Pikmin.
The imbalanced, asymmetrical arms of the Mamuda are among its most notable features. Feeding on seeds and fruit, the Mamuda is known to actually sow and grow plant species. While other species have exhibited seed-burying behavior for this purpose of storage, the Mamuda is the only species so far known to actually cultivate fields of plants.
Inedible, tastes like chicken.
Amazing, they kept it. They kept it. They kept it. Okay, what do they have to say about the Master Hop? Wiggly elastic skin is the proper fit for this bouncing beauty. Slippery smooth and shiny sleek. Its skin is soft as a baby's cheeks, though you might want to be wary of getting close enough to touch it. Just watching it move will make you yearn for skin that is more radiantly lustrous too.
It's widely believed that yellow woolly hops and the other related species can continue to grow until they start breeding. But after that, their growth rate plummets. However, in safe environments, or ones that lack natural predators, for example, some individuals of the species may forego reproduction altogether and continue growing until they reach gigantic proportions.
Interesting.
Meat can be consumed if first dehydrated with a lot of salt, but the eyeballs and legs are the best parts.
Alright, what do you have to say about this one? A coat that dense and rough, like a primeval forest. A stench like a wet canine, and a shocking toasty body temperature. Clearly a dog in every sense. The long history of dogs being companions we can rely on triggers an instinctive reaction through our entire bodies. If I were left on this planet with this massive cutie, I'd be content.
If we harvest,
Wow, all those difficult words on on Olimar's side.
If you harvest mesenchymal stem cells from this gigantic canine creature and cultivate them with glow sap, the generated serum should return Ochi's leafified tail to normal once administered. The results would indicate that 99.9% of the canine's creature's DNA matches Ochi's, and if that's the only difference between Ochi and Moss, and that the only difference between Ochi and Moss may be the natural presence of or absence of a leaf tail. If these two theories prove to be true, it would suggest the possibility that an ancient creature is common ancestor of the two canine species from vastly remote star systems, and that perhaps there is even more hidden secrets out there that could hint at fascinating yet inconceivable truth in the universe has yet to reveal.
You know what this could also mean? That there's a cousin to the Pikmin that is naturally not leafified. But instead has, I don't know, a tail up top on its head? Hair, maybe? I don't know. Alright, Louis.
Looks like a big carrot. I bet it tastes good, but I'm practicing self-restraint. When I look at it, all I see is ears. I look at it in the mouth and want to put my hand in it, just to see what would happen. I think I broke a tooth on one of these.
Trying to eat a rock Pikmin?
I once had a dream that I was abducted by a winged specimen. A kitchen essential used for freezing ingredients and storing leftovers. Not meant to be ingested, best used as bait. Very heavy. Tenderizing the meat would be way too difficult. If you look closely, you see its legs are sprouting a dense layer of hair. Sauté in oil and add a fragrant spice to your dish, but eat too much and you'll smell like it for days.
It's definitely garlic. Okay, I get it.
Way too spicy for a salad, no matter what color bud you use. On a quest for the perfect... I can't read French. Slowly cook this plant in wood fire oven, but be careful to only serve the tender pellet. Dry out the fruit and grind it into a fine consistency, perfect for adding a touch of spice. Doesn't smell alive. Smells a lot like an onion. The green juice is particularly delicious.
Alright. I think I'll leave it at that. Let's see if there's any other... Not what I meant to do.
Inedible. Known to cause mass hysteria, followed by lag spasms and tail thunderings.
Also the same one as before.
Egg tastes best when smoked. The flavor of the belly and the head is pleasantly warming.
I think I can leave it at that. I think that'll be fine. There would be a lot I could read up on, but I think that'll be a good cutoff point to stop there. Alrighty. Let us just save and return to title. Return to title screen. Alright, we're switching over to the play screen. Not play screen, to the talk screen. Alrighty. That'll be it for the last stream pre-debut. So, as I said earlier, we'll probably be having the debut around early-ish November. Is my current speculation. I think it should work out just fine that way. Might be later in November, but November in general, I'm pretty confident that that will work. Because this is a very generous spacing now. Anyway, this is it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back once we debut, so I'll be sharing that on Twitter and on Discord. So, as my nice bot kind of just shared just now, but anyway, let's do that again. There you go. Twitter and Discord on these platforms for sure. I'll be sharing when I know when my debut will be coming up. And yeah, maybe on other places too. Who knows? Either way, this is it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day/night, and hope to see you again sometime after my debut. Or maybe you want to check out one of my VODs in the meantime. Here it is. Nope, that's a placeholder. Wait. That is also not the correct channel. Either way, it is linked on my Twitter, I believe. If not, it is just the same link with a VODs, or you could just somewhat easily find it by... I think they're actually linked on my 2 YouTube channels. Either way, not that important. I'm sure there's a way to find it. With the help of YouTube, looking for Pikmin 4, with my name in combination with Elden Ring, who knows? Multiple options. Anyway, that's not important. I doubt many people would watch this and then decide to want to check that out, given that this is the end of this stream and the fact that if this is on the VOD channel, you don't even need to find it. You're already on it. Alrighty then. This will be it for the stream. Thanks for watching, and see you post-debut. Until then, bye-bye, and thanks for dropping by. Bye.